happy hashtag PLL endgame, hashtag PLL finale.
Hashtag last PLL AS.
This is crazy. But seriously, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another PLLAS, the last one. I'm really, really sad that this is the last time I ever have to do this, but welcome to PLLAS, Pretty Little Liars After Show here on thestream.tv. I'm your host, Sinead de Vries, and I got my pretty little talkers here to talk all about the PLL.
I'm not already crying.
I saw
I'm not crying.
Just started.
No, I'm not crying.
All right, we're here to talk about the finale, you guys. One last after show to wrap all of this up. I know that you guys have so many questions and there's so much to talk about. And I feel like my mind is all over the place, mostly because like I have so many feelings right now.
It's so weird, dude. And is it weird that I thought that there was a slight eensy-weensy chance that this episode was gonna end with a twist that they were gonna continue? Is that weird? I kind of was like holding out hope that like they'd be like, surprise, it's
We're not
continuing. They kind of
I know. There was a part of me too that was like, what if this is not the end of Pretty Little Liars?
And
they're all coming back for another season.
What I thought.
I thought they were going to end on the
Yeah.
A text and all of them think that everything's fine, and then they cut it off with one of those mystery endings where it's like, well, who's A
That would
now?
have been smart because they would have had the door open in case they wanted to come
Movie.
back.
Or in case they need a movie. Like, what are they going to do with the movie now?
I think that they could, for sure, there could be some sort of movie that they could work out.
She's
somehow.
alive.
Yeah.
So Spencer's twins will
Exactly.
Right. So let's get into it. First of all, we actually taped our reactions to the AD reveal. So before we get the show started, we want to show you guys our own reactions when we were sitting backstage.
Pretty sure I was doing Meg's lipstick during that reaction.
No, you were. I watched
we
the
all
clips of
stopped.
it before the show started.
Yeah, so before we talk about it and take your guys' questions and kind of break down this reveal all together, let's watch our reactions to the first and big AD reveal.
So crazy.
I actually really want to see this.
Look at my face.
Cool.
I'm so eager.
Cool.
God! You guys, this is so bad. Oh my gosh! She's like in a fucking, like, A-part-2 home. You guys, this is... Are you watching? We're watching. We're watching. Oh my gosh. So she's a twin. You guys, look. Look. She's a twin. Look. Ah! I can't! Wait, what? Oh, she's psycho.
We didn't think he'd wake up so soon, Spencer.
Oh my God! Oh. This is what PLL like.
That was like pure shock. So yeah, I think that there is so much hate and backlash on Twitter right now from the ending, and the only thing that I can really wrap my head around about why people hate it so much is because maybe a lot of people were hoping that it was going to be somebody that we know. And technically, Alex Drake is not somebody that we know. So I can agree with that. I will say this was shocking. It was a really well written in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That it wasn't something that I saw coming, and I actually prefer this reveal way more than the CC reveal.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely.
You guys, I was so satisfied with this reveal. I thought it wrapped up everything. I understand what Sinead was saying, but at the same time, I mean, we have seen Alex this entire season. We just didn't know it. And every single time, those exact scenes we talked about where we were all talking like Spencer didn't really seem like herself in that scene. We all kind of had a hunch, and it was just confirmed. And I love the fact that she's British, and it brought in Ren. And seriously, PLL writers, like, I am so satisfied with that.
Yeah,
so bravo.
I really am
Good job.
too. And this whole season, honestly, some episodes were a little bit on the cheesy side for me, and I wasn't satisfied with the writing. That I will admit. But this episode was the PLL that I loved.
Yes.
It blew my mind, honestly, and I understand wanting to know the person that A is, but this really satisfied for me, and they put the puzzle pieces together better than I would have ever imagined.
Right.
Yeah.
So the little part of the rap party that we watched, Troian was talking during their little sit down, and she said that Marlene told her about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love that because I feel like the Cece is a thing, Charlotte from Charles and all that stuff was a little bit rushed, and that's why we had skipped over major plot points like her dating Jason and things like that I will never ever get over. But this to me was thought out, and it showed. Like, you could see that they put thought into this, and like there were certain points that I loved. I loved that the run connection. I loved the fact that Maya's niece is now a student at Radley, and they made this Addison thing kind of work with like the way that they had Jenna kind of tie back into this, and then Jenna was the one who, because Jenna was having issues with Addison, that led her to Alex, which then led her to call Toby, and Toby was the one who met Alex in the stable or at the barn and saw something was off with her. Like, I think that there was so much good relationships happening here with people we haven't seen in a while, and I appreciated that we got to see so many different faces, and somehow it all made sense.
This is what I feel like. I feel like we all knew sort of in the back of our heads they couldn't make it someone that we knew, because then they really would have to explain everything for 7 seasons. So it had to be a rando. So if it's gonna be a rando, I was happy it was a twin, because homage to the books, yay. And I was happy that they did tie everything in, and even up to like romances like Cece and Rollins, and how that happened, and Ren, like you said, and like all these weird, twisted, connected things that none of us really even understood until now.
So
that
true.
mattered to me.
Do you guys want to know how I actually thought the show was going to end? I told you guys, I thought that they were going to pick the wrong twin. Like when Toby had the gun, I thought he wasn't going to be able to figure it out, and I thought he was going to take the wrong twin into
that was
jail.
gonna be the
I thought
twist.
Spencer was actually going to end up in jail, and we never would have known. Oh my God.
But I
wouldn't
love
have
that he
ended like
knew
that.
when
But
she
that would've
started
been
to
such a
speak
twist.
French or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
that was such a sweet moment.
He knew before they even said anything, and that
loved
was
it.
so cute.
Also,
it was so
perfect.
cute.
I think I know why, because you know how Toby's been sort of pseudo MIA for a bit on the show? I think it's because they didn't want to have too many scenes where everyone was really guessing that Spencer seemed
I
off.
agree with you.
So they limited the Spencer-Toby scenes. It was so strategic.
It really was.
That's
And-
why that couple wasn't even together. So they wouldn't have too many weird, awkward scenes that we would all guess.
And now that makes sense as to why they took the longest to come together.
Yeah, and I really loved also the physical transformation of Toby, because I didn't know if this was like this new look that himself as a person was going for, and maybe that they just had to roll with it. But he just looked so refreshed in the year forward.
Yeah, and it made sense because
his tan body was so tan.
And I actually really liked the 1 year later. I liked that.
Yeah, I did too.
We got to see like Emerson and Allie now have these babies, and we will get to the baby daddy, don't you worry. But Emerson and Allie now have the cutest children in the entire world. Like, where did they find those kids?
Yeah.
They're so freaking cute.
I honestly thought, though, that one fast year forward was going to be the biggest cop-out. And it, like, when it said 1 year later, I was like, oh, God, cop-out, here we go. Honestly, it
was
it
everything.
blew my socks off.
It was everything.
It really was.
No, it's great because that was a really cool way, because the whole thing with PLL is like something happens that always brings them together, right? And it's always been something like kind of morbid or weird, but the fact that they were all there for Aria and Ezra's wedding, and then that kind of brought them all together.
The real Spencer.
Yeah, and
there.
I really liked it. I kind of liked the storyline. I liked the whole. I liked the Allie proposing to Emily with the ring and having to hide it, and that's how we got to see Mrs. Fields again. I liked their little joke about being stuck in the basement.
That was that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, you know, there was really peace and quiet in that
How
basement.
did we ever get out of there?
How did we get out of there? I was like, that is great.
And she's like, oh, never mind, sorry, I even brought it up. And it's like, nobody ever knows how they got out of there.
Another favorite part I had was, when Marlene was
showed
at
herself.
the wedding and the phone rang, and I was like, oh my God, that's
it's so cool.
So cool.
One of the best parts of the show tonight for me too was the scene where Ren has to shoot Alex.
Yes,
that was cool.
That was a great scene.
It was such a good scene.
Yeah, and medically, by the way, my fiance was telling me that if you need to shoot someone and you don't want them to die, you shoot them like in that area. And I thought that was really great that PLL did their research.
That is so great. That is so
Because you have
great.
like arteries in your thighs or something.
like
it's
something
gotta
like that,
be-
yeah.
You know what I really liked?
Just in case you have to shoot somebody.
I'm not advocating violence or anything.
But just in case it ever comes up.
That's funny. I really liked how they kind of brought the whole dollhouse thing back.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, that is epic PLL, and
It
we
really
got that.
was.
But another thing I liked, we never really got a Spencer Ezra dynamic before, and I thought that was such an interesting pairing.
No, we've
And
seen it. We've seen it.
did we see it before?
We saw it once before. They had like a
It's
moment.
a great dynamic.
Don't you remember? I'm pretty sure we were doing the after show at the time too, because we talked about it on the after show that Spencer and Ezra were working together on something.
Were they in a tunnel?
I don't know. They had this like one episode where they were paired off together,
Yeah.
working together, and we kept saying like, "Oh my gosh, like what is happening?" But we loved it because they're both very like grounded, smart,
Yeah, I
intelligent
loved it.
people. I love their chemistry together. And what was I gonna say? Shoot. Oh, back to the dollhouse thing you were saying. I love that you like that they brought it back to the dollhouse, and the way that it ended is like Mona finally got what she wanted.
Yeah, I like
She
that.
everything she has done has been to get control and like be accepted. She was totally justified when she was the one that led them to Alex, and she was the one that told the girls like, hey, by the way, this is what's happening. And then the fact that she has full control over both Alex and Mary, and she's like living this weird life in
Yeah, it's
France
so weird.
with like a boyfriend, and she's working at like a doll store, and then she goes down to her creepy basement, and she's like drinking tea. Like, girl is so effing crazy, and
I love it though
love
because we can accept
it.
it because it's not like it's like, you know what? You got what you deserve. This is your revenge. Now
Yeah.
you get to be so like I
Yeah.
love
But
that
it
she's
brought
using
it back.
Mona,
It brought it back
did.
full
we
circle.
remember we all thought she was bad when she was like still working for A, and she was like
Yeah.
telling A what the girls were doing, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden she turned around and was like, so this is the address of A, guys.
So
like,
great.
we
So
I
great.
feel bad. Like we didn't
Yeah.
put any faith in
I'll
Mona
tell you.
at all.
I'll tell you a couple of things I didn't like about the episode. I hated the fact that they brought Melissa back just to be a mask.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Like,
Yeah, that was weird.
ew, I was not okay with that. And then, the second thing is I missed Lucas.
yeah, I miss Lucas too.
Because I thought he could have been A, and the fact that he wasn't even in the finale
I
at all.
thought so
I mean, I know
too.
they made reference to him about them buying the loft and
Yeah.
all that, but I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad.
But
'Cause I
going
can't even-
back,
He like Caleb like sold something to him, right?
yeah, it was like stop with those
Well,
fill-in
especially because
lines.
They
thought-
no, they sold
Yeah.
the loft.
No.
Right, exactly.
But I
No,
would love to
before
see
he
him.
said that.
he sold his software
his
company.
software. He's like, I sold this to like
the
Lucas like
money
bought
helped us
some
bought-
programs
yeah.
from Caleb or something, and like Hannah's designs were taking off, and they bought the loft. But that was their little Lucas like.
I thought the comics was gonna go somewhere. It just seemed like so.
the
It just threw me. Like I feel like these 10 episodes or 9 episodes up until this one were just kind of a clusterfuck. Like
Yeah.
just kind of like a.
Because they were working so
Because
hard
Right.
on this
Exactly.
one. They were working so hard on
Right.
this one. They
They
all
were-
came together.
And you have to
all came
remember,
together.
you have
It
to remember
did.
too that like different actors have different commitments and different contracts now.
True.
So,
They
like
have to
for
make
them
weird
to
storylines.
right, so for them to be done with the storyline a couple years ago, and then asked to bring somebody back for a finale is not the easiest thing because we know like Mike Montgomery, right? So Byron and Ella were both there, which they thank God.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
But like Mike Montgomery wasn't there, but like we know that what's his face went on to do like Teen Wolf,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, Aria's
you know,
brother. Yeah.
what's his name? Christian,
Yeah.
Cody Christian.
I don't know what his real
Christian,
name is.
something like that.
Wow, we haven't seen him. the
Right,
whole
it's been
season,
so
huh?
long. Like it's been so long, and I don't watch Teen Wolf, so it's like for me that the last time I've seen him was on Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah,
But I know that
right.
like Teen Wolf is a huge hit show, so
Right.
now he has contractual obligations with different shows, and it was interesting to see people who didn't show up who I really thought were going to.
Like going back to Melissa though, I will say that I'm excited that they didn't try to force bringing her back, but I wonder if she does know about this whole situation because Ren and
because of
Melissa
Ren.
were involved,
right,
and now this is his
right,
new
and
girlfriend.
they never addressed that.
I thought that they were
that.
still together.
Yeah,
like,
they never
last time.
addressed the Ren and Melissa thing because this story reveal made it seem like Ren was freaking crazy about Alex Drake. So like,
Yeah.
I know that Ren and Melissa were in England together.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
So
Also-
where did that fall into it? And also, how did Ren's sperm end up?
No.
Right,
That's
yeah, I
the
wanna
thing.
go
with the
Okay,
eggs.
that's what I didn't like. That's the thing I didn't like about the episode because I read an interview with Marlene and she said that just as big as the A reveal is gonna be the father reveal.
Well,
so I
and
was
it's
expecting this
crazy,
huge
yeah.
thing. No, but it was like, first of all, it was like, duh. Once you know that
Yeah.
Spencer's twin is A, you're like,
Yeah.
duh, of course
Yeah.
it's Ren. So it wasn't that exciting anymore. And B, just like, he wasn't that bad or anything. Like,
And
I want to be
also-
someone really terrible. Like,
Yeah, I totally
like,
get that. But also, I don't understand why you'd want the man of your dreams having a baby with someone else.
Yeah, and not with her.
Well,
and
because
not
she
with
ended
Spencer.
up killing him,
exactly.
right?
Oh.
She killed him.
Yeah,
They
so
don't
maybe-
explain that
So I
either,
wonder how
though.
they got
They don't.
his sperm.
They don't.
Dude,
Why
that, okay,
this
see,
sperm?
Why now?
Okay.
Why this sperm?
this is what they need to do in the movie, is explain
In the
first of
movie that's
all-
already happening.
It's gonna be
I'm
happening.
producing. I'm on a producer.
Maureen, it's time for you to produce movies and not just TV shows. But this is what they need to do. They need to explain why Alex didn't want her own egg. Like, why Emily's egg? Like,
Yeah.
why not her own egg? That
Yeah.
makes no sense. And by the
Right.
way, why not be pregnant yourself with your own egg and Ren's sperm?
Yeah.
And B, why did you kill your boyfriend? Like, that's a huge point
Yeah.
that they never explain.
well, she's
kind of
wait a
crazy,
second, wait a
so-
But like, still, why did you kill your, like, actually kill your
Technically,
boyfriend?
even though Allison birthed the babies, it's technically Emily and Ren's baby.
Yes.
But those
Yeah.
babies were blondes.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter. But they look
No, I
more
know
like
what you're
Allison.
saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Well,
they
you
were
know,
very fair
jeans.
looking.
I mean,
It happens. I mean,
you've
it's
seen
fine.
Harrison.
But
He's
right.
white.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I
it doesn't
think
make
as
any
they get older,
sense.
They get more pigmentation, so maybe like at birth they'll be fairer skin, like
Sure.
from Ren. But
That's
Pretty
baby,
sure.
though.
Pretty
Emily and
sure
Ren.
my son is getting lighter by like
no, they're
the
supposed
month.
to get darker. They get
No,
more
I swear to you,
pigmentation.
Harrison's hair's getting lighter. His
Well,
skin's getting
he's getting
lighter.
lighter?
Yeah, he was way darker when he was born. So I just think it's all like genes. You've seen those like those biracial twins, right? Like they, yeah, there was like
totally
they were biracial.
Biracial twins?
Yeah, biracial twins. They were born on the exact same day. They're obviously fraternal, but they are twins. One of their parents is black, the other one's white, and one of them comes out looking biracial, and the other one comes out looking blonde with blue eyes.
Oh my God.
It's a thing.
Science is so interesting.
So it's like that to me doesn't bug me as much because I feel like that can all be explained. The only thing that really truly bugged me about this episode was how quickly they moved through all the Ren stuff.
Explaining
Because Ren actually had a way bigger role in this show because he was tied to so many different people.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so one thing I don't, because I feel like what we're doing is dislikes before likes, because we liked so much, we
Well,
should
we
obviously
loved it, yeah.
save it. But if we're doing dislikes, also
We're not doing anything. You can talk about whatever you want, Steph.
right now is the dislike time. So we're just gonna
She's like, okay, so
Always
if we're doing the
dislikes.
dislikes first.
and you can raise your hand when you want to speak. Okay, you know the weird scene with Byron and Ezra?
Yeah.
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 That was weird.
That was weird.
I don't think it
Like,
was
at that-
weird.
Okay, but at that point, like I know the history and whatever,
Yeah.
and that he's a rich family and whatever, but like at this point, we're supposed to like Ezra.
I love the
They're
tension,
actually
though. I
getting
really kinda
married.
did
I
like
know, I
it.
like the tension.
No, but
I
it's
just didn't
because
get it.
the
But
whole
it's time
thing.
for everyone to like have bygones.
Sure,
be
but I think the
bygones.
whole thing comes down to the fact that like we were supposed to also feel as if we hadn't seen Byron in a while as well. So like Byron and Ezra haven't spent a lot of time together because he hasn't been around. So the last time that Byron was around, him and Ezra were on the outs.
But like, I still wanted like at the very end of the thing for like Ella.
She looked at
Aria's
him, they
mom-
smiled.
No, Ella to be like friends with his mom or something.
Well, his
Like,
mom was
happy
always
family.
a bitch.
Yeah.
That woman was always a bitch.
I don't think that Ezra likes his mom that much anyway.
He doesn't, because I
so-
keep him like,
She was a see you
Yeah.
next Tuesday for real.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it was
Anything
weird to
else
me.
that sticks
Yeah,
out to you that we want to pick before we get to all the good stuff? Since we're doing dislikes first.
Since we're doing this,
Oh yeah, actually one more.
Yeah.
The very end. Okay, I know. I'm curious actually what the Twitter verse thought of that. You know the ending.
Well,
when they
yeah,
do
we'll
the-
get to some of that.
The little girls and the whole.
Yeah.
That just like I get where you're trying to go with that, but. This is real life, and realistically, that same scene isn't going to happen again.
Yeah.
And like,
Right, yeah.
really, is one of those girls going to also have a twin
Part
and
of me-
an affair with the parents, and
Yeah.
in the exact same
Totally.
way? It just didn't make sense.
Part of me would have loved for it to end
On
flashing
Mona.
back to a scene. No, flashing back to
Oh.
a scene that we were so curious to see how it played out and actually playing out the
I know.
night. Like actually us getting to see the whole thing.
That
of what-
actual
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
didn't they just do
and
that?
I honestly thought when we went to when it was dark at night or whatever, I honestly thought we were going to go back to that first
Yeah,
night.
When-
they
yes,
should have.
that's
That
what I
would have looked
thought.
like
That's
I
what I
literally
thought,
straight
too.
up
Just
have
got goosebumps. Yeah, I know.
Thinking about that.
Yeah,
That
because
would've
that's
been so
like that
good.
scene is iconic. But I get what they were going for. They were going for like a nostalgic factor. They were like,
That would've been
here's
nostalgic.
one more
Yeah.
time. Here's the scene.
It reminded me honestly of Mean Girls, you know, when they're walking
Yes.
in front of the bus and they're like, oh,
Yes.
the new Queen Bee.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was gonna cry more and it was gonna be sadder. I felt like the 2 hours flew by. I know they had so much to fill us in on, but I felt like that scene where Hannah said she was pregnant and all that. It was so sweet, but it kind of reminded me of before the 5-year time jump. Goodbye.
I did get a little emotional during that episode, or during that scene.
Eyes got all watery.
Only because I could tell that
they were really crying. Yeah, that's what was sad about it.
But I agree with you, because I honestly thought the first hour was going to be like the CC reveal, where we're just going to get a bunch of information, it's going to be done, and the second hour was going to be all
nostalgic.
They
didn't do hardly any flashbacks.
Yeah, I was picturing like a whole montage, like a song behind it.
I wish
and all
they
this
did,
stuff.
because in the preview, they made it seem like they were going to have flashbacks, but really those flashbacks were just for the preview.
Okay, so if I were to have done it, this is how I would have done it. So when Aria was...
Marlene! Listen up.
Okay.
Bitch.
Yeah, listen up. So as Aria is walking down the aisle, this is what I would have done it. So she would be walking down the aisle, and it would start with her, and it would start with like all these flashbacks of her and Ezra. Okay,
yes.
her and Ezra.
Yes.
Sure.
And then it would go to the girls, like she would look at the girls and then look at each of them, they'd be looking at her, and then
have
all
their
these
flashes.
flashbacks of their friendship and all this stuff. And then Emily and Allison would look at each other, and then it'd be a flashback of them, and then like Hannah and Caleb, and then Spencer and Toby, and like it would be all this like crazy, and it would be some music, and it would just be like this long, drawn out thing, and I would have been like sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah, if that happened, I would have teared.
Because I wanted them to pay attention to just a little bit more to the relationships and like how far all those relationships have come. Not only their friendship and whatever, and the fact that like they've always come back together, but also like all the random things along the way that like we remember. Like all the episodes we think back on, we're like, oh, they're so
What
good.
has it been, like 7 years or something?
Yeah, the show's been on 7 years.
It started the summer of 2010.
So freaking sad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Wait, what happened to Jenna? Sorry, random.
Yeah.
She's like suing
She's like
Addison.
doing a lawsuit.
Yeah,
to be
either
continued maybe.
Either she was taking legal action against Addison for herself, or she was taking legal action against Addison for one of the girls.
Right.
I thought it was for herself.
Also, the fact that Addison was bullying the deaf girl, I think, had a lot to do with it, because Jenna's blind.
Oh, and
Right.
she said that thing to Jenna about, well, we who can see think this.
Right. So maybe she was taking some
sad.
sort of like anti-bullying, like whatever against her, because the girl had a disability as well. But that was so sad.
That girl's such a bitch.
She's such a bitch.
I don't like her.
Not at all.
You can't throw that.
Get out of here, Addison.
She's awful, but you know she's really good at playing the mean
she's a good
girl.
actress, yeah.
Same with Allison, right?
Yeah.
She was
Right.
Allison was so good at playing the mean girl, and this girl's like
But like,
perfect.
if someone, if a child ever talked to an adult that way,
Yes,
like,
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
excuse
go to
me?
detention.
Especially a teacher.
Like, no.
Excuse me.
She called Allison a lesbo.
Oh,
Like, oh, hell no.
Hell
And
no.
all Allison was like, what did you say?
If that happened,
Yeah.
IRL, even if I was
Expelled
a student,
times 1,000.
No, but the sad thing is, school isn't like that anymore. Because my mom's a teacher, and like she says that like parents, like the school district always sticks up for the parents. Kids get out of detention all the time because parents. But
These kids, how are they going to
I
handle
know.
real life?
When we were in school, it was like, oh, like the teachers like. You can't do that.
I remember this one time I was in 7th grade. This kid, he was like kind of a troublemaker, but he walked into class and we were in reading, and he told my teacher that she looked ravishing, and she kicked him out of class. We were 12.
I
He was
think it's
like,
a compliment.
she was like, you're late, and he was like, oh, well, you look ravishing today.
No, you get kicked
And
out
like,
for
sure,
that.
he was being condescending or whatever, but her whole argument was like, don't you dare talk to an adult like that. You can't call a female adult who is 20 years older than you ravishing.
I love when things like that would
she
happen in
was
class.
like,
It's
my
so much
teacher was
fun.
hot.
I'd be like, yes, drama, I love it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so the fact that she called her a lesbo and like everyone snickered and giggled.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
what
that would
the
never
heck?
happen.
I was like, oh hell no.
No.
That would never fly.
Popped her upside the head.
Yeah, if I was Allison, I'd be like, come here.
Yeah, no, you're fun.
But I did love the little exchange between Allie and Emily right after that scene, because Allie said to Emily, between the two of us, we have to know somebody who could take that girl out.
Yeah.
And it was Jenna.
like that. What?
That you could take that girl out. It was Jenna.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay.
But I just I felt like that was a good flashback to the Allison we loved, right?
Yeah.
Where she was just her first thing was revenge.
Yeah.
I actually
And
really
when she
liked
grabbed
that.
Addison's arm, you saw a little bit of old
Yeah,
Allie,
that
and I was
also
like,
never would happen.
I loved that.
Yeah, that was good.
Dude, I miss old Allie.
I do
a
too.
lot. I miss mean Allie.
Me too.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know. Should we speculate on where and if they could do something with this
movie?
show, because no, not even a movie, but in terms of the spin-offs. Like right now, I kind of feel like the whole Jenna thing and the whole Addison thing kind of sets the stage for a
those
spin-off.
little girls.
Because what if this, I know like Lucy has a pilot on the CW that's coming out, right? And Ezra also has a show.
I don't know if I can do this again, you guys.
No, but like what if it was like,
We're getting too old for this.
listen, what if it was like Addison and her friends at Rosewood and Shay, Sasha, and Tammin were still involved?
Like it's side shows?
I don't know.
Like how would you guys feel about that?
The storyline would have to be so different. I'm done with the mean girl. I'm done with the bullying. I get it's like relatable. We've all gone through it, but it's just like I need a new story.
I agree, it has to be a different story. But also, did you, like, this is what I picked up. This is what I always pick up on, like, in real life with these girls. Like, in that special that they were just doing, they don't want to do this anymore, is what I'm getting. Like,
From
they're
the actors,
tired.
the mains?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
They're
not
like,
about being
been a long-
tired.
No, they are, I swear. In that
It's not
special,
about being tired. They all have new stuff coming up. I think they're just ready
they're
to
just
do.
tired
they're
of
just over
this.
it.
Is
They're-
what
well,
I
yeah,
mean.
it's been 7 years, and they have
Not
to
like
do
quitting,
other stuff.
Yeah, I don't mean like quitting the business. I just feel like they have been waking up at like 3 a.m. to do this stuff for 7 years, and they are all seem so happy to like finally move on. It's sentimental, but I don't think any single one of them would be like, sure, I'll do it. Sign me up.
But like you never know.
I don't see that
Actually,
happening.
in like 5 years, I mean, it'll be too late in 5 years, but in 5 years they might look back. They might look back and regret their decision. I don't know, but
They might. I mean, who knows?
might.
It is. It's like, and it also comes down to the fact that like 7 years is a really long time to keep coming up with storylines, and like it's sometimes the worst thing that can happen to a show is for them to keep it going.
And I feel like, I mean, you know, we watch shows where it takes place in high school. I mean, but I feel like these kids that they were showing are so young that for me, honestly, it's not relatable. Like, I can't watch
the new
this.
generation.
The new generation
Yeah.
is far too young that I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like, there's other shows on right now that, like, you can tell, like, even though it takes place in high school, like, the people are my age, and, like, I can get it. I can get into it, but they're just too young.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be interesting
I
to me.
agree.
Let's take just a couple of questions. So Tyler M said, are you guys mad that Jenna turned out to actually be blind? I am. It's actually kind of, it's a good question because I always thought we were going to find out that she wasn't actually
I liked
blind.
the scene though where what's her face tried to.
Spencer?
Yeah.
No, someone tried to slap her. Was it Addison?
Addison, yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't know for sure if she's not
movie.
blind or if she's blind. We don't know for sure because she said I can smell really well, but for all we know, she's
I
blind.
loved that scene though. Who thought Jenna would actually be the one that comes to the rescue? Where she called Toby and was like, "Spencer's not Spencer." She was the one that called it.
I love that.
That was amazing.
That was kind of random.
It was random, but like maybe they were gonna make Jenna able to see, but maybe when the writers were in the writing room, they were like, you know what, this would be really cool if we actually had Jenna as the one that kind of opened the can of worms.
Because she couldn't see and had her senses.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, I really like that she called Toby just in general.
Because it brought that connection back together.
Right. Forever Johnny Boy, Jonathan says, Ren wasn't part of the sperm/eggs thing. Alex killed him and used his sperm. Which could make sense because she like killed him and
Wait, there's still sperm after you did?
Yeah,
sure.
Wait,
so.
no.
so like
maybe
the
dead
second
too.
you die, all your
No,
sperm
because
dies.
you can't get. All right.
Why not?
Yeah,
Guys,
it does.
you can't get it out before you can't get it out unless you're alive.
Well,
That's
she
what
could
I'm
just
saying,
cut
yeah.
his penis or something.
Oh my
That doesn't
God,
work
this
like
is
that.
just a whole new level of PLO.
Guys, Science 101 doesn't work like that. Okay.
Well, I feel like Alex.
Stop.
Just like squeeze it really hard to
Stephanie!
collect your
Quit on
sample.
your head! That doesn't even make any sense.
Doesn't the sperm reside in the balls?
Yes.
Not like you're born with like a bunch of that in.
So hey, you
whatever.
guys want to know what the spin-off show's gonna be about? It's gonna be about how they got Rick's sperm out after he did.
It's gonna be a horror show. It'll be great. Mova will love it.
No.
It's her
I
favorite
love
genre.
I feel like Alex was crafty enough to do something like that. She turned his ashes into a semi-precious pearl and is wearing it around her
not
neck.
that hard to do that.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You think that she had to kill somebody, then she had to cremate him on her own without the help of anybody. Cremate. I don't say cremate. I'm not American. Get over it.
Cremate him.
She had to cremate him, right? On her own, and that means that she had to like embalm him, and then she had to take his ashes.
That's not hard. You just burn someone at a
just
temperature
burn
higher
them.
than like 3,000
Okay,
degrees.
fine. So even if she did it the ratchet way, which just means that she just shoved him in a furnace. I just threw my ring. That means she just shoved him in a furnace. Then she went and scooped up the ashes, and then what? Took it to like Painted Penguin and was like, "Hi, could you put this under the fire machine and like make it into a stone for me? And then let's make it into a necklace and wear it around my neck." You don't think that because she did all of that, she couldn't have easily gotten the sperm out without having to squeeze the shit out of his ween? Like, let's be real.
You guys, it doesn't make
laughing at the
sense.
fact that you got so impassioned you threw your ring.
The ring was kind of loose on my finger. It just kind of fell off.
What's Painted Penguin?
Painted Penguin is like one of those places where you go to like paint.
Color me mine?
Yes, exactly.
It's like $40 for a tile there, okay? Like, who goes there?
Anyway, I don't get it. Is the moral of the story. I still don't get the Ren dad thing. I don't get it.
I don't either.
But
I don't understand
like,
why you'd want
but
to
I
do
kind of
that.
did like that Ren didn't turn out to be so bad either.
No,
Yeah.
he was just like head over heels in love.
Yeah, I kind of like that because
Well, you know what? He's kind of a player, so he is bad.
It's true.
You shouldn't be a player.
It's
you shouldn't
true.
date siblings.
You also shouldn't like shoot your girlfriend in the
shoulder,
arm and all that.
But that was so good though because I
was
felt
a
like
great
he
scene.
was really struggling with it.
He was.
Yeah.
She was like, "Come on, do it." And he was like, "That's
It was a
Yeah.
great scene.
Yeah. All right. I'm laughing at myself.
It's good that you entertain yourself, you know? Never be bored.
So here we go. So Raul Ochoa says, did you all catch how Hannah offered Em a tissue and was like, "Today I think you do," which was a throwback to the funeral in episode 1.
Oh, interesting. Did she not want to cry
Wow.
for her dad's funeral? or
No, in
something?
episode 1, which would have been Allie's funeral.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wait, repeat that again?
Did you all catch how Hannah offered Em a tissue and was like, "Today I think you do," which was a throwback to the funeral in episode 1.
Good memory.
What did she say?
Which
So
means
Emily
that
Emily
like
say?
Emily
well,
was like, "I don't want the tissue." She's like, "No." Okay, so you're Hannah.
Okay,
I'm,
okay.
Oh no, I'm Emily, and you're gonna hand me a tissue. No, I don't need a tissue.
is really great
Today
acting, by the
I
way.
do.
Is that what happened?
Yes. I don't think
that
you
might
weren't
be-
there.
I'm not sure.
That's literally what happened, you guys.
Right, we know
I don't
that.
remember the exact
In the first
scene.
episode?
Well, I think it's
No, in this episode.
No, I know what happened in this
because,
episode.
No. Because in the Allie episode, I guess she didn't want
I think
tissues
it's
because it
metaphoric.
was bittersweet because Allie was a bitch.
right. It's metaphoric because
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so she
metaphorical.
wasn't crying.
Metaphorical.
Yeah.
So now she needs
metaphorical.
to.
I like
yeah,
that.
It was a
because
metaphor.
it was a metaphor.
It was,
So basically, it's supposed to show like how far they've all come. So like in the
Yeah.
beginning, Emily wouldn't have even cried over Allison because at that point everybody hated
Bitch,
Allison,
yeah.
right? And now it's like Aria's getting married and they will cry for that because like they've come so far, everything's so good, their lives have changed so much, and they're all back together as actual
that's
best
such a
friends.
good catch.
Speaking
Wow.
of being back together, can I just point out the fact, go Marlene, and I'm sorry, but I called this. Even on my live streams today when I was talking about PLL, I called it. There was no way Marlene, because you know how she was teasing that only 3 out of the 4 couples were gonna end up together? I
Yeah.
was like, there's no way she's gonna disappoint a whole 1/4 of the fandom. You know, like that's just
Right.
mean. And then all the
Right.
other people who shipped the other people are happy? No. So all 4 ships,
Yeah.
all
Ended up
4
together.
ships, yes.
Wait,
I think that's, thank
I just
you.
thought of how I would have liked that scene to have ended.
We're at
in
the
my own
tissues?
head.
Are we in the tissues?
No, not
No.
the tissues. Where the
We're at
girls
the
were
end.
saying goodbye to each
Yeah.
other. That scene. I would like, you know, Hannah says, "I'm pregnant." Like, Aria, is that okay? And she's like, "Yeah, girl, so happy
Yeah.
for you." I would have loved in that moment after they were all hugging if all their phones went off at
That's
the
what
same
I-
time.
I
Oh, did you already
said
say that?
No, but it's,
Something
it's,
like
and, then,
it.
and it's
Something
an
like
A
it.
text?
No.
Oh, okay, keep going.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. So,
Oh,
like,
I
yeah,
want
but all their
yeah.
phones go off at the same time. They all like look at each other like, "Oh,
my
shit!"
God.
And they look at it, but it's just like a group text from like.
Well, that's what that whole Marlene scene was. They all thought it was their phones. Like even Caleb
you're
looked
right.
down.
Oh,
You're
okay,
right.
okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that
You're
would have been
right.
really funny."
That's what it was supposed to be.
Ah,
And then it
okay,
was
okay.
like, oh, whoops, just me. But they all looked down, like all of them started reaching
Yeah.
for phones.
Oh,
Even
okay,
Caleb
that's
like
good.
opened up his suit and was like, "Where's my phone?" Like,
Yeah.
because they're just so used to like
I like
things like that
that. I like
happening.
that.
I didn't
so
get that. I didn't
Nor-
get
I didn't really either.
it was
Norbert.
an A text that they thought it was.
So Norbert says Ren was at the airport with Alex a few episodes ago, and Allison was already pregnant by then, which is a really good point. So therefore, she got the sperm before he died.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I just still don't get the point.
What do you
Alex
mean?
is able to have babies.
Okay,
Ren
yeah,
is
but
able
you
to have
can't
babies, so
after
do
you're
the deed
dead.
and have
is-
your baby.
Maybe she was always planning on killing Ren.
Yeah, but
we'll never know.
Maybe
because the
she
series
was
is over and they
storing
didn't
the
explain
sperm
that.
that's what I was
just
saying.
in case.
Regardless, why did Ren have to save his sperm? Like, why wouldn't he been like, babe,
Let me just have sex with you and put it in your egg, and have a baby. Like, why didn't they just have a baby? Alex,
when Alex was playing the game and being AD, that was one of her things. She stole Emily's eggs and impregnated Allison with her because she hates all the girls.
She's bored.
She's bored,
Psycho.
exactly.
She's bored and psycho.
All right, well, I would have liked to not theorize about it. I would have liked to have it explained to me in an episode.
Jacqueline Forever, I'm explaining it to you now.
Hey,
But like in an episode.
you are not
You're welcome. I got you, girl. I got you.
I don't trust you. I only trust
Why? Because
Marlene.
I'm literally just like making up scenarios in my head. It's true, but like whatever. What am I supposed to do? The show is over. What do you want me to do? Go back in time? Let me call Marlene and be like,
want it to be
Stephanie
Marlene.
wants you to explain it. She's gonna be like, hey, girls, the show is effing over. Get over it. Jacqueline Forever says, what did you guys think of the Emerson proposal and the kids? The kids are freaking adorable.
Yeah.
Actually,
I love
okay,
that they're twins.
Who here didn't like? One of you didn't like the proposal. I forget who. Someone's like, oh, I'm not into that. Oh, Meg, you were not into it.
What proposal?
The Emerson proposal.
Emerson? I was more.
It was just
We knew it was coming.
we knew-
it was coming.
Right. I guess it was very Emerson and cute the way it happened. I love that Allie was like, I didn't expect to be in like a bulldog sweatshirt
course,
doing
right,
this,
I
but
love
here
that.
you go. I guess I always thought that Emily would be the one to propose
I
to
did
Allie,
too.
but it was kind of cool that it was the other way around.
Which is nice
They're
because
breaking stereotypes because Emily is
Yeah,
the
right.
tomboyish
Tomboy.
one,
Right,
so you
right.
think that she would be the more masculine one in the relationship. But I actually kind of liked it because I feel like that's also like symbolic of how far Allie's come in her recognizing
Yes,
her
yeah.
sexuality.
You're right.
Because
Yeah.
before she was so back and forth and like she didn't really know and like all this stuff. And I think that it also came down to the fact that she didn't really feel comfortable like being like, I'm gay.
Or maybe it wasn't even the sexuality thing. I thought it was just that Emily
No, it
always
was.
seemed.
It was. But continue.
I'm gonna slit my wrist. Okay. No, I thought it was that Emily.
Don't joke about that.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
Emily,
It came out
I'm
Have you
kidding,
not seen
guys.
13 Reasons
It
Why?
came out wrong. I have yet to finish that.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
Oh, well, she's
so
such a
good.
Don't you dare.
Okay, I'm literally in the middle
my
of a
God,
conversation.
spoiler alert.
And-
Anyways.
and
You guys, we
it's a
can't
conversation
fight
with
on our
myself.
last
We can't.
episode.
We can't.
Well, Spencer, Stephanie keeps disagreeing with me.
No, I think it's that. I think that it's Emily always seemed more into, like, regardless of the whole
Yeah.
lesbian or not.
Yeah.
I thought it just like was Emily was the more one who was more into
I
it.
totally agree.
And so it was right that Allie would like.
Totally. So like that, if Emily or as an audience we had any doubt,
Yeah.
that was supposed to solidify it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
And
both.
I love that Mrs. Fields
Well,
was
I'll settle for
involved.
both. It was both.
All right.
I love that Mrs. Fields was like running around
Yeah.
with Allie, like behind the scenes, because it was just like, oh, like I love this, I accept this. It was
Yeah.
really
I
cute.
liked their proposal more than I liked the Hale proposal. Is that
Well,
weird?
the Hale proposal.
Like I said, that shit was anticlimactic.
The Hale proposal was with like a cigar wrapper, right? But,
Yeah, that was like the damn cookie.
But it was very them, and the fact that like Emily doesn't like secrets, and it ended up happening with Allie standing there in a sweater, like that was very them, like
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like
Right.
it kind of worked out because Allie and Emily are kind of like. They are still best friends, right? So like that kind of fits who they are as
I
a
liked
couple. And I think that the Hale thing also fit who they are as a couple because Hannah had like a huge switch a couple seasons ago, remember when she decided to go dark, Hannah?
Oh my gosh, that was
And
so
she
weird.
stopped
And I
being
liked
so
it.
like girly and high maintenance, and it was more all about like
Being real.
Caleb. Like
Yeah.
she's always been like Caleb all the way.
Yeah.
So the fact that she would have settled for a very non-traditional proposal, I feel like kind of explains who they are as a couple.
Yeah, it's a.
I'm trying to think of anything else that really stands out. So Mary Drake, so she did not, there's a little bit of confusion I saw on Twitter. So she had no idea that Alex Drake was planning this, but she did know who Alex was. She found her at an orphanage in London. So she did know who Alex was at the time, but she was also just as surprised to wake up in that
I'm
weird
sorry,
thing.
but like I know the show's over. So like yeah, that's what we're led to believe. But it's just hard for me to sympathize with Mary Drake when you could have let Spencer out, and I know you guys think that she gave her the bobby pins, but I don't think that she gave her the bobby pins.
I thought
I'm
she
curious
did.
about that.
Megan, didn't you think she did
let
as
her
well?
out the door. It's not like
Guys,
she's
I'm
there.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even paying attention.
I thought so.
because I'm literally about to cry.
Why?
You guys are amazing. It's in all of our Twitters.
What is happening?
You know, Caitlin Tambasco wrote an open letter to us, and literally so many people, there's paragraphs from everyone on Twitter about how much they love us. And I'm just reading, I just opened it because Johnny Boothangs was like, open this ASAP, and I opened it, and I'm sitting here, and I'm not even paying attention, and every like so many Twitter handles and pictures and
So cute.
oh my god, it goes on. Oh my god, you guys, it's so long.
I love it.
Wait, is this what other people are writing in response?
Everyone wrote, we love watching people. Like, there's so many Twitter handles that have wrote in to tell us all how much they love us.
How'd you do that? That's amazing. I wonder how you
Caitlin,
did that.
thank you for putting this together.
Thank you so much. That is the sweetest
When we do
thing.
shout outs at the end, I'll shout out the people that wrote
Yeah,
in, and
please
we'll take
do.
the time
Yeah,
to read
please
it later.
do.
But I'm sorry to get so sentimental, but you guys,
No, I love it.
That's awesome. Thank
It's
you
really awesome.
so much.
I love it. I know. I was just talking to my mom today, and she was like, I was getting ready and like straightening my hair, and she's like, how do you feel? And she's like, you know, you're so busy. You know, maybe this is a good thing. And I just looked at her and I was like, you know, Mom, like, I complain about being busy sometimes, like having a kid and like doing all these things and stuff like that. And like, I'm always like going through my day like, oh, I wish I had today off. I wish I had today off, like all this stuff. And then she was like, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this will free up a night for you, you know? And I just looked at her and I was like, Mom, I don't know if I'm ever gonna not want to hang out with Stephanie, Megan, and Ashley on a Tuesday night. And she was like so touched. She just like looked at me. And I was like, it's so much more than just the show. Like the show is what brought us together, but like the after show and the fans and all of you guys that have been watching since episode 1, or even people that started watching last week or like a couple months ago, or you know, a couple seasons in. I mean, we started in 2014, which is unbelievable. In the time that we started, like, you're engaged, I have a child, like we're all working at different places. Like that was the first thing I'd ever done hosting ever. Was the Pretty Little Liars after show.
I think it's unreal, and honestly hasn't hit me. Like, I was thinking today, like, this is the last time that we will ever do this. It has not hit me yet, but it just makes me so sad.
That's where, like, I met you, and now we work at Collider together.
It's so
That's where I
weird.
met you, now we work at Clever together. Like, it's so bizarre to think about, like, how much has happened in 3 years. But, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes I get really caught up with, like, life and being angry or miserable or, like, the business sucks, and it does. But I will never, ever, ever regret any Tuesday I've spent hanging out with you guys and hanging out with all of you guys. Like,
so weird.
I realized that
The best.
today. I think I had a moment a little bit like you, just because I think you posted something on Instagram, and there were paragraphs underneath, and it was so sweet.
It's really sweet.
And I wasn't that sad before, because I was like, well, I'm gonna see you guys anyway, and like we're friends. But then I realized reading the paragraphs, and like, I'm gonna miss you so much, and I'm like, miss me? What the hell? Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
Where are you all going?
you have
And I
to
realized
remember, like,
this is
we're
the
not,
PLL fandom.
It's so weird that we're never going to watch this show again. I know, like, what brought us all together is that we are PLL fans, and it's, like, sad to me that this show is ending, like, and I won't see another episode of PLL.
I know,
And,
it's
like, I've
weird.
been watching this since I was so young, and it's just, like, I remember the first episode that we watched
remember the
together.
first
Like,
episode.
we didn't know each other at all, and, like, we're, like, here watching
I know, and that's so
episode.
crazy. Like, when the show first started, like, I didn't even live in California.
I didn't live in California either. I lived
Like,
in New
I
Hampshire.
had no idea I was
It's
gonna move out to California and even
weird.
do this with my life, which that's the craziest part about
And
it.
I remember our first episode watching it together here at the stream. It was like, I think that A was on top of an ambulance.
Yes.
And I was late, and I was like, I
remember
don't know
that.
these girls.
I
It's
remember
so
that.
weird.
And I
So
remember,
funny.
like, after the very first show that we all did, and being, like, so nervous and, like, so uncomfortable, because I'd never done anything like this before. And then I remember, like, reading the comments, and, like, we had, like, no viewers.
And I was like, you guys were famous. We had like 100 views. I was like, you guys.
Yeah, I got like literally like 37 new followers, and I was like on top of the world.
I was like, damn,
And it's so funny because, like, even after that very first show, like, seeing the reaction, even as small as it was, and like some of you OGers that have been there from the very beginning.
Seriously.
But like you
my
guys
gosh.
like made our whole entire lives that night, and you continue to have, and you've continued to make our whole entire lives every night since.
You
because
really do.
like, and we would take like breaks in between, like 6 months later, and we'd come back, and you guys would still be there
Yeah.
watching us, and it's so bizarre. Like,
great.
it's so
We
effing
love
crazy.
you.
But we do. We love you guys
guys.
so
We
much.
so much.
Yes.
And I promise you, we'll all read all that stuff later.
Yeah.
And we'll do a million
And
shout
don't
outs
go
to
anywhere. I
Meghan.
mean, you could still like follow us and
Megan's like really concerned that you guys are
I
gonna
don't
stop
want to
loving
go
us.
anywhere. Like, I'm like, I just want you to still be my
Earlier,
friends.
she's like, I just don't want them to go anywhere.
No, I know.
I was like, they're not gonna go anywhere.
But think about it. Okay, I've read tweets that the PLL fans themselves say the number one thing I'm going to miss about this show is the fandom. So like,
Yeah.
you guys want to stay in touch with each other, right? So like, what are we going to do? Have like PLL blogs or something? Like, where are we all going to go? Let's all go to the same place.
Let's all meet. No, I'm just kidding. But
Everyone's going
I
to be
wish,
like, except for me.
I wish.
So
No,
we're all meeting on that side of the room, and I'm like over here.
Let's all meet at the brew.
at the brew. No, but seriously though, it's like a worldwide phenomenon, right? It's a
Yeah.
worldwide fan base, and that's so cool. So every now and again, even though I have full confidence that we'll keep up with all of you guys, but every now and again, it'd be so nice to like relive good moments from this show because it has become such a huge part of our lives. So let's not forget what all brought us here, and let's not forget to be thankful to Marlene and the cast and crew of Pretty Little Liars themselves, even for the episodes we didn't like, even for the episodes we effing hated, even for the times that we fought with some of the fans, like all of the times behind us.
my gosh.
Let's all remember, like, this show is why we're all here, so let's not forget the show. Like, I want to remember strong plot points like 10 years from now.
Movie.
Yeah. Maybe if we keep complaining about it enough, they'll come
it.
back, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to take a couple more questions and stuff like that just to make sure about the, that we're getting the...
All the loose ends type.
Yes. So Arissa, 1994, says, why didn't Mary Drake tell Spencer anything? That's a really good point.
Why did?
Why didn't she?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I didn't even know that she existed up until, you know, and I'm like,
That would have been a good time. That would have been a good time to bring it up. When
Anytime,
you found out.
anytime would have been a good
Yeah.
time. But then we wouldn't have had all of that. So
Yeah.
But
that kind of makes sense.
wait. Hold up.
We done boys.
What, we never,
Ada.
we never found out who Mr. Drake was.
Mr. Drake.
We never found out
Cece's
who
dad.
Cece's dad was.
Wow,
Right.
Meg.
What?
Wow, Meg, throwing me for a loop there,
Oh
man.
my God,
You
I
just
thought we
had to
covered
do that.
everything.
Wait
You
a
had to go
minute.
there.
I'm sure we missed it.
I don't think
I'm
we missed it.
sure we missed it. No. You know how I know? You know how I know? Because Marlene did an interview with TV Line. That's how I know all these weird tidbits about this. No. And she said that she was scrolling through all the fandom for like years now, keeping track of any loose ends, and
that's
they made
an
sure to
important
tie
one.
all of them. So I really feel like we missed
We did
that.
it.
But
No,
also,
that would have stood out to us.
Dude.
We would have.
No, there's a couple things. So
But we
here's another
talked
one.
during it.
No, here's another one.
but
No,
that
no,
was
At
a big
Simply
thing.
Shawnee says, what happened to Archer's body? So,
Right.
So like we never talked about that either. Like who
He got
took the
dead
body?
in the car.
Yeah, but like AD.
They
no,
scooped it out.
he's in the grave.
The police have it. The
Pastor
police.
Ted?
But did we ever? Did
Pastor
we?
Ted. Is the dad
Pastor
of
Ted?
Cece.
Oh yes! Wait. Oh,
Where-
you're right. Thank you guys. Wait.
yes,
Okay.
Wait.
yes.
I knew Marlene
yes,
wouldn't forget
yes,
What the
that.
hell?
Steph,
What was that?
No, it did happen. It did happen.
When?
But here's my thing.
Wait,
You're right.
can you explain what happened first?
Pastor Ted, okay, is Cece's dad.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I remember that. But like,
But can you explain it though?
but
Because I forget
why
that.
would Alex call herself Drake when
Because
when
no.
technically Spencer is a Hastings? Like Spencer is the product of Mary and Peter.
No.
Yeah.
The
Well, right, because Spencer got adopted into the Hastings family.
but-
Oh, did she call herself Drake just because she loves Cece so much?
Who? Alex? No, she called herself Drake because that's her last
But
name.
she got
not
adopted.
her
She got
last
placed
name.
into
But that
adoption.
was her name at birth.
No.
Because the
They-
father probably wasn't
Oh,
ever
no, they
around.
said that's her
Remember, they
birth
said
name. They
that
did say something
The
about her birth
parents
name.
were
back her birth
ashamed.
name.
The
Yeah.
parents were ashamed because they wanted to save face. So they were ashamed. She had a couple of issues. So they dropped her at an orphanage.
Took
she
back
had,
her name.
She had mental issues, like obviously, right? We know that she has mental issues. So they dropped her off at an orphanage because they were too embarrassed
She took
by
back her name. She took
and
it
they
back.
took back their adopted name. So she went back to the name that she was given at birth,
Before.
which was Alex Drake.
Right.
But it should have been
Her adoptive name.
Alex.
No, Mary
She was
Drake
never
birthed
ever
her.
taken into the Hastings family,
got
so why would
split
she
apart.
have?
Oh my God, wait, I'm an idiot. I don't know why. Okay, yes.
I know what you're saying. I know where your brain was.
Okay.
Yeah, they look the same. It's confusing.
Totally.
Yeah, it's the same person.
No, I'm not confused.
You are
Because they took
I'm
the
not
baby.
confused. No, wait, guys, listen. Cece.
No, you are.
No, I'm not confused. Cece is the product of Ted and
We're not
Mary.
talking about Cece.
Right, but Cece Drake, so it must have been Pastor Drake, Pastor Ted Drake. That must have been his last name, right?
No, they didn't get married, maybe. And then, they didn't know that Pastor Ted was the daddy.
And Alex still came from Mary and Peter Hastings, so there's no Drake in
Mary
Alex.
Drake.
Mary
Her
Drake
name
is
is
the
Mary
mom.
Oh,
Drake.
you're right! Of course, because Spencer's dad. No, Megan is right. Spencer's dad is Mr. Hastings. So how could Alex's dad be Pastor Ted? Over there, Peanut Gallery over there giving us wrong information. They're twins.
They're twins, you guys.
Over here, I'm like, wait, tell me when they explain
the
that.
name can be still Drake,
It was
though.
from your own chat.
Well, somebody's pulling our leg. Duh. Okay, you're right. I thought you were. That's why you thought she would have had the name Hastings.
No, but you're right. It was from our chat because they did get that correct because I said who was Cece's dad, but we did indeed find that out. So thank you for saying
Yes.
Pastor
Pastor
Ted.
Ted, yeah.
However, it still didn't cover the fact that
Who is Alex's dad?
Because
No, we're talking about something different now.
No. Alex's dad is Mr. Hastings. I was
Yeah.
just confused as to why she called herself Alex.
Okay,
Drake
but we were.
instead
This
of-
whole
know
thing
her
started
dad.
with
Because her mom is-
Cece's dad.
You're right. But now I moved topics.
Yeah. But
Okay,
she
so
didn't
then
know.
everything I just said was wrong. And you're still right, and I'm sorry for yelling at you. You just confused the hell out of me because I thought we were still talking about Cece.
Okay, Cece's
I need a
dad
diagram.
is
I have a
officially Ted, right?
Yes.
That's
Right.
the case.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alex's dad is officially Mr. Hastings
Right.
because twins with Spencer.
Right.
Right. What were you confused about though?
Why she called herself Drake?
Because she didn't know
her
who her
mom is Mary Drake.
She doesn't know who her dad
That's
was.
who birthed
They
her.
took the
She didn't
baby,
know.
She has
The
no
guy
idea
walked
who
off.
Mr.
Got it.
Hastings
Makes
is.
sense.
So and
Yeah,
so
makes
that's
sense.
what they were saying. So they were saying like at birth, right? Because remember,
The guy walked
Mr.
away.
Mr. Hastings thought that he was having sex with Jessica DeLaurentis.
Right.
So we don't actually know what led up to all the things. So obviously he had to have found out either right before she gave birth or right after she gave birth, because then some guy came and took the baby away, the
And
first
gave it to
baby.
the Hastings.
Right? That was the baby, the guy that was standing in the hallway that took the baby, I think was the adopted
Yeah,
parent.
that's what I thought.
Right, because
Not
she
Mr.
said
Hastings.
she
Oh, I
said
thought
the
that they-
parents didn't know there was a second child. So I think
So
by
then
parents she meant Alex Drake's adoptive parents. Didn't know there was a second child.
Right.
The second child then became the Hastings child.
Okay.
Spencer.
Right.
Headache done.
Okay, that's the last PLL
I actually
headache
thought it was
I
in
need.
reverse. I thought the first kid that came out was
I
Spencer.
thought that was Spencer and they walked
the
off and gave
second
it to the
kid was
Hastings.
Alex.
No, I think
Oh,
she's
and then it would be Mr. Hastings
Walking off.
walking off
Yeah,
with the
that's
first kid, who
possible.
is Spencer, and the second
Either
kid
way, it's
is
possible.
Alex.
Yeah.
But I just don't think why she would have said the parents if she was talking to Spencer. She could have been like, your dad didn't know there was another child.
Right.
You know? Your father didn't know there was
Yeah,
another
I guess-
child.
yeah.
So the reason that she said the parents didn't know there was a second child made me think that she was talking about Alex's adoptive
Right, I
parents.
get that.
Also, Troian Bellisario's English accent,
Yeah.
well done on that.
Good job.
And her acting, the fact that remember before we knew there was a
Great.
twin,
She's
and there was that
So
one.
great.
It was you called it actually, and I
Yeah.
thought you were being. I was like, that's ridiculous. I remember thinking that because
Yeah.
I think it was the airport scene, and you were like,
Yeah.
she seemed odd, and then the sex scene with Toby, and you're
The
like,
sex
she
scene
seemed
was
odd,
right, unlike
and I was like,
her.
dude, it's just Spencer. You are tripping, but really,
Right.
Spencer acted ever so
Yeah.
off, which
Yeah,
is
just
hard.
just a little bit. And also like, she is American, so her accent's not going to be perfect. But I think for being American,
Yeah.
it was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Sounded like the Spice Girls.
At Hayes_Cupcake says, Ren can't be dead. He's too beautiful to be a necklace. I know. So true.
It's a beautiful necklace.
Jennifer, is it Alivato JM at Alivato JM says Officer Barry loses a lot of prisoners. It's true. I do like that they brought him back. Also, another thing that we never ever figured out.
Tanner.
No.
Well, Tanner kind of
What?
did.
Who did we never ever figure out where the hell that they are?
Eddie Lamb! Eddie Lamb! Where you at?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't actually
Oh my gosh,
figure
and
out.
you guys, I asked Marlene King, I will say this, I asked Marlene King when we did Superfan Suite if Eddie Lamb would come back, and she was like, oh, definitely, and I got so excited, and then the girls told me that Marlene looked like she had no idea what I was talking about, but I thought that she was being real with me, but I miss Eddie Lamb. Eddie, I know you're somewhere.
Dude, good cover, Marlene. She was just like, sure, yes, definitely.
She was like, yes, you will see him again, and I was like, girl.
I see him in commercials
we will
all
see
the
him again.
time, but not on Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, really? I haven't recognized him.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
at Big A_Forever actually said what happened to Eddie Lamb. So there you go. Let's see here.
That's funny.
Are y'all shocked Mary didn't turn out to be Jessica? So a
Yeah.
lot of people actually did think that Mary was going to end up being Jessica
I did.
all along.
I hope. That's what I wanted.
That was from at Clever Babes.
Really, Jessica wasn't dead. Mary Drake was dead.
I would've
and then
loved that.
Jessica was really A.
psycho
Because
one.
she's
That
the
would've
one who
been
made Allie go crazy.
But then
'cause
that's
she's
so
crazy.
much more
would've
to
loved that.
explain too, because
Exactly.
then you have to
so
like
it
go back
couldn't
and
have
think.
happened.
But it would've
That's
been
a lot.
juicy.
It would have been good though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, everyone's like yelling at us that it's Pastor Ted. It's like,
All right, guys, we got
it's like, it was Ted. Ted, it's Ted. The dad is Ted. Pastor Ted. Cece's dad is Ted. Cece's dad is Pastor Ted. Charlotte's dad is Pastor Ted. Pastor Ted. Cece's dad is the pastor. Cece's father is Pastor Ted. Literally, it's
Isn't
like,
that kind of scandalous?
oh my gosh,
Pastor
it was
Ted.
Pastor. It was Pastor Ted. Tess is Cece's dad. Remember? I love it. Yeah, no, we do remember now. Actually, I didn't remember that at all. Actually,
I forgot
really
about
didn't.
it. There were so much other things
Because
going
who
on
was
then.
Pastor Ted? He didn't really matter that much, except for being. Her
I
dad.
did. I liked Pastor Ted,
Okay.
except for when he proposed with the peanut butter cookie.
That was kind of cute. That was sweet. I feel bad for him.
Somebody also asked where the hell is Pepe. That's at PLIS fan page.
Okay,
Wait,
well, we're
that's
at it.
another one.
Okay.
Tippy
Yeah, Tippy the
and
bird.
all the other OG
oh, here.
animals.
Is it Halelovato says Jesus Jason. Yeah, Jason wasn't in this.
Yeah, we heard about
Marlene
that.
referenced him too.
That was something Marlene said in that TV Line
So
article.
sad.
She said, "All I know is Jason won't be in it because we couldn't get him for the finale."
Oh, it sucks. What is he doing?
Yeah, I would drop everything to be on the PLL
On the
finale.
finale,
Obviously.
right? Like, really couldn't find it in your sketch.
Oh, here's a good
Yeah.
question. At
Also,
Alice,
wait, really
go
fast
ahead.
along the lines of Jason.
Yeah.
Apparently, we saw this on the special just now, but you guys, he's the one who freaking told Aria what the ending was going to be.
She overheard
when
him.
She didn't want to know.
Yeah, she overheard him
Did
talking
she
about it.
overhear
That's what she
him?
said. She's like, I overheard it from another castmate. She was like, what? And she was like, yeah, Drew Van Acker gave it away.
Yeah. no.
man.
Yeah, and
So-
she didn't want to know. So
funny.
at Allison I says, why did Alex want to break up Ezra? That's a good point. So the only thing I could really think of is that like
She's just evil.
she's evil and she
Yeah.
wanted like the girls to suffer and also
That was my question too, though, because I was like, out of all people, why is Ezra in there? It just
Yeah.
didn't make
maybe
any
she just
sense
didn't
to
want anybody standing in the way of her being close to the girls.
Yeah, and why did she pet Aria and be like, I have a feeling we're gonna be very good friends, like when they were in bed.
Because
Oh, maybe it was because of possessive thing over Arya.
Yeah.
Get Ezra out of there because I want to be BFFs
yeah,
with Arya.
okay, yeah.
and like she
Maybe
was
that's
going to
what
be
it
there
was.
for
Take
her,
over Spencer's
pick up the
life.
pieces
Yeah,
or
right.
whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it. I mean, is that why?
Raul
I think so.
Ochoa
Okay.
said the episode 1 explanation is in the first episode, Hannah offered Emily a flask and Em said no. Remember? Because Hannah brought a flask
Yes,
to the
I
funeral.
remember that.
Oh,
Remember?
right.
She brought a flask to the funeral. Emily said no. But then Hannah said today I think you do.
Got it.
Like today I think you need this. It was a
Oh.
tissue.
Flask, but it's a
It was a
tissue.
tissue. It's kind of like a play
have
on
changed.
times have changed.
We
and
have
how much
babies now. We
everything-
don't drink.
That
out
was
of
pretty
flasks at
young to be
funerals.
drinking at a funeral. Jeez. What were
Also,
they,
like you're drinking at a
16?
funeral.
Yeah.
No.
Traumatic there.
At Clever Babe says, where's Marco? Nick said Marco had a secret.
Dude,
Ooh, got a secret, can he keep
they
it?
never
No,
tied.
he
How did?
can.
Yeah.
Maybe
Kind of.
Marco's secret was that he knew Spencer was guilty and he had to like take
Yeah.
himself off the
Case?
thing.
But did they ever formally do that on the show?
Well, I guess that was
They
supposed to be
did.
why Tanner took over, remember?
they
And she
did.
said that he had to
Right.
leave.
Oh, okay. God, there really is no loose ends in this.
Yeah.
whole
No,
thing.
they
Love
really,
it.
they really did a great job.
Yeah.
2 years
Very
of planning
impressed.
does the trick.
At
At PLLAS_99 says, if Mary Drake was in Radley, where did she meet Pastor Ted? That's a good question. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me go to over
I feel like
here.
it's the most tied up A reveal. I feel like there's been
Yeah.
other A reveals where we're just kind of like,
Yep.
you know, like remember like Bethany and like all that.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot for Bethany either. So Darko Dimkovsky at Darko Dimkovsky says, why did Marlene say that the lady in black is PLL Endgame?
Oh, Black Widow.
The Lady in Black at the funeral, which was technically Black Widow, because wasn't that Sarah Harvey at one point? But like, wasn't it also somebody else at one point? And that was not.
That
Endgame.
was not Endgame.
Was that before 2 years ago? Before they were starting to plan everything?
No. Wasn't it Mary Drake? In a
There was an episode too. It was a couple of different people, because I'm pretty sure Mary Drake was on it as well. And Mary Drake also wasn't Endgame, but she had something to do with it. At Seth Stewart 94 said Alex took Ezra because he was suspicious of her, because when Ezra followed somebody out, remember?
Hold on. Yes, he
Right,
said
he
that he
explained
said.
this.
Yeah, he tried to go after her. He tried to go after Spencer
Next
and
thing
say,
he knew, he woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why did he try to go
okay.
after Spencer again?
He said something like, either you're being weird or something wrong.
Oh.
Like he basically
He
pressed her
knew.
for answers.
Oh, I missed that. When did that happen?
When he woke up
When
in
he
the
woke
cell.
up and Spencer asked him what
How'd
happened.
you get here?
Yeah. At Trent A1288 says, how did Mona have Mary and Alex? Weren't they arrested?
That's what I thought too, but maybe it was
Yeah.
But like, you know,
She just did her thing.
these bitches are crazy and
can
they
break
are
people out
so
of jail
capable of
anyway.
so much stuff.
maybe they escaped a United States prison and went to France and they started a new life there, and then they got captured.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
That's
I got
exactly
so
what happened.
excited.
That's exactly what happened.
At OT5 Harmony says, if Alex wanted the girls to suffer, why would she push Emerson together?
Oh,
So
yeah,
that they
you're
could
right.
birth some of Ren's babies and she would always have a tie to
Yeah.
Ren. I
Yeah.
have no idea. But that is a good point.
Oh, wait. Flashback. Oh, right. Remember when A was trying to get Spencer and Toby back together? A was doing it. And we were all like, maybe A is good. And that's why A is trying to get all the couples together. But now I realize because it was Alex trying to get Spencer and Toby together. Because remember, she like made them both show up to the same place, or it was something like that. But I remember thinking that A was
just
good
wants to be with Toby, though,
because of
is
that.
what
But
it
really,
is,
she
yeah.
just wanted to be with Toby.
Yeah.
Weird. I feel like we're gonna have like after this finale, we're gonna have all these moments where we realize like why stuff
I'll wake up in
happens.
the middle of the night and be like,
This is why that happens.
Yeah. Really, just a couple of random thoughts here. So at Rosewood Outcast says, we never got an explanation about seeing Aria on the surveillance footage that got her out of being arrested. Yeah, because like AD technically was the one responsible for getting Aria scot-free.
Right.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
her.
Maybe that
pride
was
She
for
loves
playing along.
Aria.
Maybe
Yeah.
Aria's her favorite.
She is.
Yeah.
Yep, it also,
That's why she went after Aria.
yep, Zanath Kaderi says PLL never addressed why there were twins in the photo album. Yeah,
Yeah, is that your thing that you're always talking about?
thing I'm always talking about. Let's see here. At Officially Cindy says, how did they get the moms out of the damn basement? And at Clever Babe said, so how does Sarah Harvey have no motives? Yeah, like what the hell was her storyline really?
I don't know.
It made it interesting, though.
She was
I will
pretty.
say that.
Yeah, that's really funny. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, make sure that we're not.
Yeah, what a random storyline.
It was so random. Yeah, no, I think you guys, all of this stuff. Oh, this is good. Taylor Nicole at Tay NIC97 said Mona's French boyfriend was the cop that arrested them.
Oh, get out
It
of here.
was.
I knew he looked familiar.
I know, so did I. So the cop that ran
that
in and
was such a
arrested
random cop, like, that came in.
Yes, because we'd never seen him before. Arrested Alex at the very end, the one that Mona brought with them.
Well, he wasn't like, you guys arrested. I wouldn't even like get any of that.
I know, but it was him, and then that's the one who walked into the shop.
So a French cop.
Taylor Nicole
flew to
coming
America,
through in the
got a job
play.
here just for that and flew back.
That's so good.
Yeah. And
Oh
that's
my
how
gosh,
they're out
that's
of
so
jail.
funny. That's so funny.
Do we have to wrap up?
Nick wants to know how the moms got out of the basement.
So if I were to guess how the moms got out of the basement, because right when they said, do you remember how we ended up getting out of that basement? The next thing that somebody said was, Pam never drank again after that for a year. So
they were
then
just really drunk.
I felt like they were hinting at the fact that like they were all sloshed.
Hammered.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hammered.
Because they're all hammered in tonight's episode as well.
Right. So I thought that they were hinting at the fact that they were all absolutely hammered, and the how did they remember was probably a giant shit show because maybe they actually didn't remember.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the joke.
Right. I think
You know?
so. I think so.
But in reality, none of them actually know, and they probably didn't realize when they were doing the episode that that was going to become such a thing online.
Right,
Yeah.
and then they totally paid homage to it, and like
that
Joe
was
Marley.
that was
yeah, it
really
was
cute.
great.
I liked
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that.
So is it shout out time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, I love it.
Oh,
Go for
okay. Okay. Maggie's eye 455300069.
Actually, Steph, hold that thought.
Oh.
Sir Puds wants to know, what happened to...
The question. Come on, Kellen.
I lost it.
Oh.
What happened to Sydney? What happened to Sydney?
Oh, so
yeah.
so that was explained too.
Yeah, they said that. They were just like, she
They
was just
glossed over that fast.
She was
What
just
happened?
random, and Alex was like, oh, well, something about money.
She earned her trust.
Yeah.
And she fit the hoodie, but she was
Oh, that
basically
was
just
funny.
a pawn.
And she fit the hoodie.
Yeah.
That was a good
What
line.
did Jenna, I'm sorry, what did Sydney do again ever? What did she do that was
She just was like being a little meeper that was helping out.
Right.
Yeah, a little minion.
She wore the hoodie.
Yeah.
I vaguely
Yeah,
remember.
and like
Kinda fit in.
Okay, she was like in the
Jenna
limo
also had
or
something. Jenna also was working for it at one point too. Like they were all
Money, though.
working.
It
Yeah,
looks-
for money.
Yeah, the surgery.
Any more, Kel?
Yeah, Kellen.
Stacey Morales wanted to know why they didn't have a photo album with the twins in it.
Yes,
You already asked it.
They did, though.
I honestly feel like they just wanted to put things out there so that we would speculate. Even the show opening with the two twins, and we could have
No,
thought,
they,
like, are
they
those
did
the
have a
twins?
photo album with the twins in it. It was when Spencer was looking
Right, but
through.
I think that they're talking about the one that Sinead's obsessed
The
with.
Aria
The photo
one.
album
Aria.
of Sinead's
Hey.
wildest dreams.
Yeah,
Like,
Aria,
why did they
like-
reference that?
Shut up.
This is what Sinead dreams about every night.
all
She's like,
gonna
"Put that
come
Aria
back."
twin
Well, I just
photo."
like I didn't understand because there was a lot of twin stuff happening about this entire episode, and I think that would maybe you're right. Maybe it was all just like supposed to show us that there was going to be some sort of twin reveal at
Maybe
the end.
they were trying to set it up that Aria would have a twin. Like, because that was about the time they probably were working on this big reveal.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago.
I don't know if it's good that I say this or bad, but I still maintain that I think the reason they chose Spencer to be the one with the twin is because she's like a really dramatic actress
She's
and she's
amazing.
Yeah, she's
really
amazing.
good.
She's
And I feel like they were like, this chick can do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
And
honestly
I-
what I think.
Yeah, and it also like it had to have been one of the two of them because I feel like if they were going to
mental problems.
mental illness. So if they were going to kind of make the mental illness storyline have like some sort of dignity and make it like authentic, you know, because they don't want to be like offensive. So it had to have been somebody that they have already explored mental illness
Right,
with, you
right.
know? They can't just decide like one random person is going to also have mental illness. It would kind of make sense. It had to be Aria's family because of Byron's whatever, and or Spencer's family because we already know that mental illness runs in
Right.
our family. So
Or
I think that
Allie,
was a
Allie's
good.
family could have worked too.
Well, I mean that's like the
Yeah,
same family, right?
Same little family tree.
Remember, they
Yeah.
all have like same moms and
Same
aunts or
blood,
whatever.
girl.
So at OT5 Harmony says the lady in black was Alex when she was with Ren at the airport and she was pretending to be Spencer. So she thinks that that was Marlene
wearing all
making
black?
reference to that. She was making like that was what it was. And Marlene just said it's the lady in black and that was a recent thing and that's what they
okay.
think it
Alright.
was.
Oh, yeah, I'm confused.
Okay, so
I also want to know, you know that picture that everybody sent to us that was photoshopped all together, the face
Puzzle?
that was
Oh, yeah,
on
the
the puzzle.
eyes.
Puzzle pieces?
That led me to believe that something with the Black Widow was going to tie in, but that really
Oh,
kind
you're
of
right.
led
What
to
the hell
nowhere.
was that?
I don't understand.
I thought it
what
was
that
someone
about.
wearing a hood.
No, it looked like a
Looked like
spider
eyes.
web.
yeah.
Eyes.
That's so right.
That's one
That
thing
was
that's
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
but,
puzzle
like,
pieces you mean? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
besides that, everything else.
I'm gonna go through these shout outs that I have right here really quick before I refresh my page and then I'll let you do yours, okay? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
All right.
actually, you just
All
totally
hail.
jumped in.
I'm sorry.
What the hell?
Well, I just have them right here on my Twitter.
That's
So-
just gonna turn on my camera.
Go for it. At Mina Rose _ she's been watching since 4 a.m. in Norway. So thank you. I'm so sorry you're up in the middle
Oh, I
of the
love
night.
that. Yay, go. I love
But that's
you, girl.
awesome. At
Mwah,
Ty
mwah,
_ Maz16, at R5er KMHV, at Life of Shay Mitch, at Emily the PLL fan. Are you paying attention to who I'm saying so you don't repeat them?
No,
At
I'm not
Fina-
gonna
It's hard to memorize everybody.
At
You're saying
Fina
right now.
Juliana,
Memorize
at
everybody.
eBoard 530, that's Eli. Let's see here, at Queen of
I wish we were doing the show
Regal.
again, and then I could be like, Sinead, make sure to just remember all of these right now for when.
Finally missed it.
Yeah, sorry. At Quizzy92, at Megabot55, 4 at
That's not working.
KShawl97, at B Malpika, at Clever Babes, at Robin Feeney _ at Curious PLL, at MM Girl Dancer, at Crazy Mandy, at XX
She's gonna
Zane
say them all, not
XX
for you.
Rosie, at That Girl Sally.
I get, there's actually a lot.
_
like, there's a
at
lot. Say
DemiFan
it, girl.
2015 _ at Snap It's Ben. He's been watching since the very beginning in Australia.
love that.
And then let me see here. At Abby 199714. You guys, there's so many shout outs
Wait,
right
can I
now.
do? I have
Go
like
for it.
actual people I told that I would do
Whoa.
it.
Okay.
Stephanie it tells people.
I tell them to
really
DM
sweet of
me
you.
on
Go for
Tuesday
it.
because I
Sweet
know
of
I'll
you.
forget, so then I go through my DMs. Okay.
Going down in the
Hussein, Amir, Armando. Do you guys say their handles? Good on the last show that I'm figuring this out now.
Yeah.
Do we say
I
their
always say
handles?
their
I always say their
name.
handles.
Okay. Those are harder.
Either or.
Okay. Cian Z721, Septo Star, Rain BW Cactsby, Mouseman 68, Wrestling Nerd 25, SFG. Oh no, these aren't the ones. Whoops. Okay.
They're requesting other things.
Oh my god, I hope the habit is still open by the time we get done with it. I need dinner.
YouTube chat some love to please.
YouTube chat?
Well, we don't have the YouTube open.
Guys, if you have
I'm
YouTube
gonna shout
shout-outs.
out.
Okay, go for it.
I'm sorry. I know it's not as
Go,
good as what
Kellen.
he's doing.
No, go for it.
It's the same thing.
All right, Piper S. We got Stacey Morales. We have Stacey Morales again. All right, she really wants a shout out. Afterlife 4958. Love Jenny 03.
Hi, Jenny.
Ellie Bop.
Hi.
Love Jenny 03 again. Wow,
Jenny
these people
03.
really want a shout out. All right, we love you all, guys. Nisha. All right, Jasmine Jones.
Jasmine
Maya
Jones.
Cravey. Virgo Rido. Jessica Stoll. Hadil Azine. Stacey Morales. Oh my God, it's going so fast.
missed
Jessica
it.
Stoll.
And
Again.
then right after
Wow. Okay, a lot. Okay, back to you guys.
Okay,
Sorry,
at
I'll leave it.
Wait, Holly
why do you get to
Lovato.
go again?
Well, because people just she just said she watches every
Dude,
week.
I have so many, and I need to get through some of them. I really do.
Just wait, hold on.
I
She watches
can't.
every.
them.
We'll get to yours. She watches every week.
Hers
It's almost 5 a.m. in the UK. If you guys get up in the middle of the night to watch us on YouTube,
That's legit. I love yes.
No,
that's
I love
amazing.
shouting out people who get up at crazy hours.
Are you even about
No, because I don't want to, between this two cattiness,
can't.
like, I can't handle it.
I have to shout out
No, I
people.
know.
I feel like they need
get
to go
it.
to bed.
No,
so that's why
I
I have to
honestly
get
love
to it.
each and every one of you.
Okay, R Himari 24, JMO 210, TB Art, Steven Seidel, Camilla, Writer Girl 47. Oh my God,
Wow.
OG.
That's insane. Can I
C.
see this?
Prisek,
Can I watch mine?
Oh my
Demi
God.
Fan, Ann
That's insane.
Line
Holy-
Pearl, Maichu 1425, Case Shawl 97, Hope Hatfield, RSVP 000, we sent our picture to him, Shri Arati, Alex AIA 95, Bella Garrett 9, Stardust App, oh shit, Sanjay 863, Crush Abby, Chloe Diana Music, OT5 Harmonies, World PLLAS OG, Stacy Rendon, Jamie Cox,
scared me.
Safi Gardi, Aof Campbell, Darcy Poole, Josh 936, Juman 2, Claire, God, this is so, okay, Claire Reagan 15, Don Sonexy 1, K plus 2, Bezix XX, Mickey Joe
Everyone just
12,
wants a shout
PLL
out. It's
Superfan,
insane.
Sarah Cito Rules, Maddie Bra, it's our last show, so you know.
No, it's crazy.
YOLO, Maddie Bradshaw,
Someone
31,
said, "Shut up."
Marissa.
No, not saying you sound general, but like, I wonder if people get annoyed with these shout outs.
I'm
sure
sorry.
we probably lost a lot of people.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Do you need a breath
there's
for a minute?
lot.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do shout out. All I want to say is I'm so amazed. So please go to the odysseyonline.com. Caitlin, thank you for writing this. Everyone who wrote a paragraph to us, I will share it with all the girls and make sure that we each read them. I know we've shouted out Clever Babes before, but I wanted quickly to read this little paragraph. She says, I love PLLAS because it gives PLL fans an opportunity to talk about PLL theories. I watch old episodes when I'm getting my weekly IV infusions, and it allows me to laugh and keep my mind off what's happening. And
Yeah,
I'm so
I saw that.
grateful for all you four beautiful co-hosts. So we hope that you're feeling okay, and we're so glad that we give you laughter, and so thank you. So
Yeah,
and
I do
thank
say
you so
that.
much for watching.
She sends us tweets from the hospital every
yes,
week. and-
that's amazing.
S. Wally
Yeah.
97, Stephen Wolfhart, 7 Kristen, Tracy Anna 97, 628 NSZYD, Arctic Monkeys 698. Oh my God, that's Alejandro, OG. Town of Rosewood, OG. Alex 54, JM Matheson 12. I'm almost done, you guys. Alyssa Banks 18, Zainab Rashid, PLL something or other, Burieds PLL.
Done?
I can't.
Okay.
We're not going to be able to get to them.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah,
We love you.
We love you guys. There's no way we could get to all the
Seriously,
shout
guys,
outs.
this is crazy. Major gave us his phone, and like, the YouTube chat is blowing my mind, but we honestly love each and every one of you.
Yes.
And we really hope that this is not the last time that we are all together doing this with you guys, and I'm sure it will not be, so we love you guys, and stick around.
Don't worry, you guys. There are talks.
Here, Major.
We are working things out.
We are,
that
talks.
we could make sure that we have a way to hang out with you guys on a weekly basis. Obviously, it won't be for PLL, but there are plenty of shows we can talk about.
Alex
we'll figure
Viosley,
something
he's
out.
one of the people who wakes up really early.
Helen, and do you guys want to come in?
Yeah,
here and
really
say
quick.
hi?
We want to
Say hi
introduce you
our
guys to our
behind the
producer.
scenes stuff.
Oh, snap, it's Bean.
Come over here.
Oh, snap, it's Bean while everyone's
Oh,
coming
now
in.
everybody.
Yeah, you guys don't really get
That
to
girl,
see
Sally.
the guys who are here every
Behind
week
the scenes.
helping us out,
While they're
but
coming on,
they are here.
Robin,
like
Beanie.
They're coming.
It's like Inception.
Look, I'm filming you now.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Does our sound, Kellen? Oh my gosh, these are been so awesome. Thank you.
Do the
These are our friends. You guys,
Thank you guys.
these are the guys.
people that make it happen.
Yeah, they make it happen. They hang out with us. They take all of our shit. They forgive us for being late. They give us beer.
They give
They
us
give us food.
They give us snacks.
They're like our
pause our show.
fam. They're like our fam. It's so awesome.
They laugh with us, and they don't even know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, they laugh their asses off, which makes me feel really good about myself. But no, we also want to thank them as well for making this show possible, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah,
There's
'cause
literally
we're not
no
doing
way.
this shit.
No, and we want to thank the stream so much for three incredible years of the PLL After Show. We want to thank all of you guys for 3 incredible years of the PLL After Show. Whether you watched from the beginning or, like I said, started watching last week, or this is your first show ever, it matters. It matters that you guys tune into things that you like online in the digital space. So I urge you that when you find YouTubers and things like that you like, latch onto them, support them, because we can't do these things without a really awesome fan base. So we just want to say how thankful we are that you guys tune in every week.
I love it.
Love you guys.
I love you guys.
All the guys.
You guys.
For more.
Exactly.
See, he's still working, you guys. He's still working.
I was watching that. I was watching
Oh, was it falling off?
I saw it peeking
I saw it
out
on
a
the
little
camera,
bit.
I think.
Oh.
Alice Collins.
Yeah, so before we say goodbye, Stephanie's just me yelling
Rebecca
at random
Hindle.
names. Before we say goodbye, I want to say to you 3, I love you very much.
We love you.
I love you very much.
Oh, shit! What the frick?
Is that a bad omen?
It's A.
They just don't.
A's
A
back.
does not want this PLLAS to end. The light just fell. It broke. It shattered. Guys, don't go back there.
It's lit. It is
It's
lit.
lit. It's lit.
Crazy.
This is a bad sign, you guys. This is a
No,
bad
guys, that
sign.
makes perfect sense, because A
is our last
has
show.
not left, and
has
it's,
not left the-
That
it's
was
still
the
going on.
at handle. You guys, it broke. I'm sorry.
It's not an at handle
No, that was
anymore.
my favorite. I love
Okay,
that.
anyways.
Good thing we're ending, because we don't have our ad
Anyway.
Yeah,
handle.
it freaking ruined my speech. But yeah, I'm just
God.
yeah. I'm like,
Thank
what
you
the
guys.
hell is bad omen? Really quick though, for real. No, there was some like crazy brumbling. I thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Yes, I
There
hope
could've been.
there was an
Rochelle
earthquake.
Waldorf.
All right. Really quick before we go, I just want to tell you 3 that I love you guys so much.
Love you.
even if we didn't do this show, I have so much faith that the 3 of us would have been friends in real life.
Yeah.
I know.
And
if
that
we just met.
yeah, and like
We just met some magic way.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like we were cast in a show together, but we all went to lunch on the very first day that we met each other, and leaving that lunch, I remember knowing that there was something really special about this connection, and we're all so different, but at the same time, we are very similar in a lot of ways
Yeah.
too.
We all 3 had chicken fingers, I think, and Stephanie got a veggie burger.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she didn't even eat
it
it.
for the next 3 years. Sinead and I finished our meals
with us.
Yeah, but seriously, I love you guys so much, and I just like
you.
I am so thankful that you guys are here with me every week.
I love you guys so much, and we love you all so much.
We love you guys. Like, I never thought that this would have turned into this, honestly, and seeing you guys like interact with us every week, it's so amazing. I never thought I could have this like connection with people that like I haven't met. It's just
It's crazy.
amazing.
And we've heard so many like wonderful stories. Like you guys have told us about like your engagements and having babies. And as sad as it is to see when people are sick or not feeling well, it's like, I love that we've, what is happening?
There's something going on outside.
I'm so scared.
I know, I'm like,
earthquake or something.
it's crazy earthquakes happening. As sad as it is to hear from you guys when you guys aren't having the best weeks, like, we're just thankful that we know you on such a level where you trust us with these like crazy life experiences that you guys are going through, and like always know we're gonna be here for you.
Yeah.
Stay in touch for real.
sure.
Stay on
Really
Twitter.
do.
Yeah.
And be on it.
Should we say where they can find us still, or
You guys know.
They know where
Kelly,
we
you want to follow
are.
our handles again?
okay, we should.
Here.
They know where we are.
I think you said we should, but like I mean like where on like online and stuff.
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
No, go for it.
Moral of the story, you guys can still chat on Busker with me. It's a live streaming app, okay? And I always talk to all the PLL peeps there. So download Busker, you can get me there. And then Holly Scoop is a YouTube channel, and I'm on there Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You'll see my videos. And it's all about young Hollywood, so yay.
Okay,
Stay
you
in
can
touch.
find me on Clever. I'm at Clever, and also I just started my own inspirational Mega Boss videos. So if you guys want to follow my YouTube channel, and also I'm posting everything on the social medias, so you can find me all there. So.
Woohoo! I'm also at Clever and at Collider, and I have a blog. It's thatsoshinead.blog, and I'm rolling out a bunch of vlogs coming up really soon with a bunch of different stuff. So just stay tuned. Can't really say much about it yet, but just stay tuned because that's where they'll be. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Twitter, Instagram.
Duh.
Ashley Mova, duh. I also host with Sinead at Collider. And you guys, go subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Do it.
I've been beauty blogging and shit like that. I am putting a vlog together from today because I wanted to remember this day.
No
for,
wonder
like,
your makeup looks bomb.com.
does it?
It
No,
always does.
Wet n Wild, $5. But I want to remember this for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna post a vlog about today later, some behind the scenes stuff. So go check that out. Ashley Mova on YouTube. That's
Is your lipstick
Throw
wet
up
and
our
wild?
Twitters there and
Wet
stuff
n Wild.
if you
It's
can.
the best.
the liquid cat suit. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys.
All right, guys. We love you so much. Okay. We'll talk soon.
This is so
Stay
weird.
tuned. You guys know we couldn't really stay away from you for too long, so don't get too sad because we are gonna figure out a way to make this happen. Okay.
We will.
Yes.
You
All
can't
right,
stay away
guys.
from us. I know it.
For the last time, we're gonna count it down. Ready?
So weird.
3, 2, 1.